I think I was making good money.
Yeah,
And then out of nowhere, I told my wife, like I can't be doing this. I can't be do. I have either I told her, like I have to quit because I told them like either you give me something to sign on paper or I'll just quit.
yeah,
So they never gave me anything. So long story short, at the beginning of the year, I quit.
yep,
So I started from scratch because that relationship that I messed up, I couldn't go back to it.
yeah,
So I lost a whole year of growth of my company. A
yeah.
whole year.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Young Electrician Podcast. My name is Ruben Young, aka the Young Electrician. Here on this podcast, we like to see electricians grow, not just in not just in the field, but also in their personal lives. We believe that your work and your personal life should complement each other and not compete. So, with that said, today I have the privilege of interviewing one of my friends and a contractor, Alejandro Maldonado. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah. Of Kingdom Electric. What's up, Alex?
You said it better than other people, so it's
Did
kind
you?
of it's kind of good.
See, I be tricking people because they look at me, they're like, oh, Mexican. And then I start talking, like, oh, American.
Yep, pretty
So,
American. No
so
Spanish.
Alejandro, also known as Alex. I'm gonna stick with your the easier name. No, I'm just playing. Alex, what's up, dude? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I appreciate it. Appreciate the invite.
Oh, heck
Uh,
yeah, man. You were the first one of the first people I thought about inviting on the podcast, but I know you're too busy for me. A contractor, business owner, family man extraordinaire. But yeah, Alex, dude, we'll hop right into this, and I'm just gonna start off same way I start off with every episode. Alex, tell us, how did you get introduced to the electrical trade, and how old were you?
Whoa, when I was actually, I wasn't really the electrical trade, but when I was like 15 years old, it was my brother's dad. He was doing construction. So on my summers, it was all work. It was work, but we were doing everything. We were doing like everything you could think of as in that construction field. So
Nice,
pretty much all my summers were just going to work. The one thing that did catch my attention the most out of it was the electrical part of it. That's when I was like, you know what, I must stick to this. So when I first went into an actual electrical company, I think that's when I met you right now. Did I met you at Helix?
I met you when you were like 18, dude. So it was before that. It was your birthday. Your mom made
Some really good food.
some pozole. I remember this is my first introduction to pozole. Your brother-in-law
Yeah,
James brought me over like a stray dog looking for food.
yeah. I don't know if it was because you didn't work for it. I don't know if we worked with the same company at
We
Helix.
worked at Helix together. We did when
Yeah,
we were on
yeah,
Jeremy McKee's job.
yeah. Oh, there you go. I
Yeah.
don't think we could say their name though, so I'm
Ah, don't worry, it doesn't
they're
work there
gonna
anymore. I'm
they're
gonna
gonna
bleep his
come.
name out. It was that bleep bleep bleep
Yeah,
job site.
yeah. Hey,
I
not
just
his
don't
name, but
mention
the
my
company.
current companies. That's the only thing I don't mention.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
can't give them any credit unless they pay me. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, they gotta
So yeah, no,
pay for sponsor.
we did work there together, but I knew you before that.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much. James was the one that started working for them first, and then I hopped in a year after. So I've been in the
Yeah.
trade for about 10 years, 10, 11 years. Yeah, that's pretty long already.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty. And that's when I decided, you know what, like I'm gonna stick to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to it, and so far it's being pretty good to me.
How old were you when you started Helix?
At Helix, that's when I was 18, like out of high school.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome, dude. So let me ask you, what has been some of the biggest difficulties in your career? Just before you get into the contracting, because I do want to get into that, but before that, as an electrician, what were some of the biggest difficulties you faced?
I think it was more of man, the field, the electrical field is tough. You know, like there's people that don't want to teach you. This
Yeah,
people are prideful, man, bro. I mean, you see, like there's certain people, like and I think those are like people that are really gonna teach you because people are like they're picky. They're
yeah,
picky on who they want to teach because they don't want to be like be held back.
yeah,
So they don't want to be held back because of somebody that doesn't even want to put the effort in what they're doing. So they
yeah,
see that. You know, we are pretty judgmental uh people in the career pretty much, you know. So
yeah.
it's pretty difficult. So when I first started, it was I actually landed in some good hands. They were
Of
teaching
course,
me.
you worked with me. Of course. That's right.
That was
No, go ahead.
no, that was no. I landed in some pretty good hands. Those guys were really pushing me to not just because when I was, you know, when you're green, like this is a term that we use, right? When somebody's not that's brand new to the field, that's why we call them they're green.
Yeah.
That so when you're green, it's pretty much you just doing nothing but labor. You
Yep.
don't really touch anything until like maybe your second year, third year, you actually start doing something.
Yeah.
But even if I was sweeping, I was, hey, you know what? Like I learned that if I wanted to learn, I needed to learn on their time.
Yeah.
So what I was doing is I was finishing my task, what I needed to do, and I was just going to look for the guy. Hey, what's next? You know, what's next? Give me the next thing.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was that project was pretty massive. Those projects were pretty massive, where I was actually able to learn a lot of stuff. I learned how to read prints in at that time because that guy was actually showing me how to read prints and all that. So it's pretty cool.
Was that Helix store or no?
Yeah, it was a Helix.
Yeah.
The Helix, man, I was making really low that I was making less money and putting in more work than people that had like maybe more years, like 3, 4 years of experience than me.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, honestly, I still didn't even care that they were making more money. But I was just going to learn, putting in work,
Yeah.
and I like the rush pretty much at that time. Now it's
The rush. Yeah. Keep moving. Work.
yeah, yeah,
Let
yeah. So
me.
I met pretty good people along the way that actually poured into my knowledge.
So okay. So you mentioned in the beginning you had people who were more didn't want to teach you, right? You ran into those people, but then you ran into some people also that actually wanted to take the time to instruct you, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so what were those experiences like? Like, okay, so you got the guy. Do you have any specific stories or anything that you could just share? You don't have to, but if you could think of anything, because I can think of some stories of me specifically where I think of somebody who just watched me struggle and just did nothing about it. Literally stood there, looked at me for like 5 minutes, seen how much I looked like an idiot in my first year, and then just walked away when he could have, instructed me. Do you have anything like that?
When I first started, I mean, I don't want to be like, oh, I knew everything, but the things when I went in there, I already had an idea.
Okay.
Like I was already knowledgeable enough where it wasn't like what am I doing, you know?
Yeah.
So it was kind of I could think of like a few um times that it was more of a but that was later down the road when I learned how to bend conduit. That's when
Okay.
I was that I think that's the time at the company. That's when where I actually learned a lot, but it was a struggle.
Yeah.
It was a struggle because I think I was in my third year. I left Helix and then I went to a different company. But it was like I was like my third company I worked for, third or fourth company. I worked for. for multiple companies throughout my career.
Yeah,
But at that company, that's where I actually learned the commercial side more of it, of
that's
the
awesome.
of the trade. But the foreman, man, that guy was that was a pain in the butt. That guy was a pain in the butt. He was but I think that made me like a more of a to actually care about what I do.
Yeah,
So it's even though it was a tough experience, but he made him because any little thing like he didn't like the way he like it was, he would just make you redo it again
yeah,
and
but
again
it
until
made you
you actually
better.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. On job sites, man, I would hate when I was a younger electrician and I would go back and fix other people's mistakes. And it'll start to irritate me because I'm like, dude, like every single floor of this building, this dude's doing the same mistake. And he's not going to learn. And I started catching on this, in my second, third year. They're not going to learn if you keep having somebody else clean up their messes.
Hmm.
And, but the boss is like, no, 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 but they're fast. They let them go. And then you just go back behind them. And I'm like, okay. But so when I'm running stuff, if somebody messes up, I'm like, hey, bro, come back here, man, fix this because it's not to be a jerk. It's to I got to care about you being a better electrician, not for you for yourself, so that I'm actually pouring into you and helping you in your craft and in your career, but also for me, so I don't have to have somebody going behind you and having two people doing one guy's job. So it's an all around benefit to have somebody fix their mistakes. So that's cool hearing that in your experience, going back and fixing your stuff to this pain in the butt guys, liking, it made you a better electrician. I as much as it sucks, I think we need that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's one thing I always appreciated that I was never the one to blame other people. Even if it was my mistake, I would like, you know what? I messed up.
Yeah,
Even if it was I could I have plenty of stories where I was even even it cost money to the company. Like
yeah,
I actually, like told them straight out, you know what? I messed up.
yeah,
I'll fix it, but I just messed up. Like that's the thing. We have to learn how to accept that when you don't really know that one task, you
yeah,
know. And I was always the one, you know what, like I don't know how to do it, but show me how to do it, and I'll do it. I'll take care of it. And
yeah,
all you need to do is just that's one thing I always tell people, you know what, always be willing to learn. You know, be
yeah.
willing to learn, even if you don't know, if you know what if you know what you're doing, like it's always good to, you know what, like um that that it's always good to when you go and be like and tell them, I know how to do it, but can you show me your way, like how they
Oh
want.
yeah.
That's the easiest way to get out of a pickle, because
uh,
like for me that was like the best thing to do, like I already knew how to do certain things,
yeah,
but they like it a certain way where it's better you do it their way than trying to recreate the wheel pretty much like they say.
yeah. There's they say there's three ways to do a task: the right way, the wrong way, and your boss's way. And yeah, no, I feel that, man. So that's cool, man. Let me ask you, what led you into wanting to start contracting? What put you in that direction in your life?
That's what that honestly that's where it's getting more interested in my life, I guess. It wasn't that because they're like in the electrical field there's two ways, right? Well, there's multiple ways, but there's the union way, there's the non-union way, and then there's the contracting way.
Yeah,
Because if once you have your German license certificate, once you have your certificate, you're still gonna end up working for somebody regardless.
yeah,
Regardless of what's what, like you might have that certificate, but you're gonna end up working for somebody at
yeah,
the end of the day. So it was for me, it was more of more of a taking a step out because I wanted to own my time, I
Yeah.
wanted to own my time, and I didn't want to. It wasn't that I wasn't. Um, I didn't want to take follow anybody's rules, but I just wanted to own my time, have
Yeah.
control of my time. I didn't want to be too much in their time, but I wanted um to have the freedom of like, you know what, I don't want to go to work today, or that feels
Heck
good.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
it feels good.
No, that's cool, man. That makes sense because, I think a lot of people rather have that structure of somebody telling them when and what to do and having somebody make their schedule for them. For, whatever reason, we're all wired differently. And some, like you and me, I want my own time. Maybe I want to work on Saturdays and I don't want to work on Wednesday. Maybe I want to work like 3 days a week and I'm able to make enough money and be profitable working for myself or having some guys work for me. But I have the freedom to kind of craft that. So that's super cool, man. So you wanted to have basically some freedom in your
Yeah.
time and in your life. And has that bought you that type of freedom, or did you see that it was a little different than you thought it was thought it was gonna
It
be?
was definitely it wasn't it wasn't definitely. How everybody says. I mean,
Yeah,
nobody that's the thing. Everybody just sees the like, oh, he's doing good.
yeah,
Or he's doing pretty good. He has a company, he has a business, but it's not like I wouldn't trade it for it for I wouldn't go back because I
yeah,
don't want to backtrack, but it's definitely not how they say it. It's tough.
yeah.
It's tough.
Oh yeah.
It's tough, like, because now not before it's like you go into work and you clock in and that you're getting paid.
Yeah.
The first hour it's you just chilling. Maybe some of the people the first 2 hours. No, they
All day long just chilling.
yeah. Some people just dragging and you're still getting paid.
Yeah,
But like outside of that, it's you either you're working or you're not. You know,
yeah,
either you're making money or you're not.
yeah,
So that's the hard thing where especially not that now that I have a family, it's a lot more tougher
yeah,
because at the end of the day, I have to make sure there's something coming in.
yeah, yeah.
There's something coming in, and um, true story. My wife was that one that actually pushed me to get the license.
Wives tend to
Because
do
I
that.
was I was talking, I was always talking about it. Like, you know what, like I want to own my business. I want to make my company, establish my company. But I was just talking about it, and it wasn't after I got laid off. I got
Yeah,
laid off. I mean, when in a company, I mean, there's always people that care more about other people. I was working for a small company. It wasn't that big of a company, but when there was times where it was slowed down, then they would let go of the people that were not too close to them.
yeah. Not in the
Like,
inner circle.
yeah. So, and I wasn't always. I mean, I wasn't all. I always did my work. The end of the
Yeah,
day, I make sure I did what I had to do, but they just laid me off.
yeah,
And then my wife, she was like, you know what? Just study for your license. So she
yeah.
was paying bills, everything, everything. I kid you not. She was for 3 months. For 3 months, she was taking care of business for
That's
me.
right. That's cool, man.
You
That's
know,
a
she,
good woman right there, man.
yeah. And man, and because of her, this is we are. I backtracked, but let me tell you how I actually paid for my license.
Oh, don't
I
tell
had
me any
a
criminal stories. No bank
no, no,
robberies.
no, we can't. But I was helping this my friend's dad. He's a he's an elderly man, and I was helping him just doing like anything in his house. Like I did his panel, I upgraded his panel like because it was burning and everything. And after that, I started just helping him anything he wanted, he could. I actually did a, but yeah, he just told me like, you know what? Here's your money. He gave me that money for the license. I
Oh,
had
that's
no money.
dope.
Like I was helping him. He would just give me like a little money here and there. But
Yeah,
he would always tell me like, hey, how much you need for your license? Or how much what is that you need for your license? I'm like, no, I just need the money. And I
yeah,
wasn't working. I was doing little things here and there, but as money was coming in, money was going out.
yeah,
What money it comes in, money goes out. But that he gave me that money.
yeah,
He gave me the initiation fee to pay for it, and I'm
yeah.
grateful for that.
No, it's cool,
That's true
dude.
story, man. It's crazy.
I think what people don't realize, man, because they hear electrician and they think, oh, this dude must have money. 'Cause, most people told me about electricians they know when I was younger. They'd be like, oh, yeah, I know some that's electrician. He makes really good money. I know electrician, he makes really good money. And it's not the case all the time, man, especially if you're an ET and you're not an apprentice. You got to negotiate your own wages. And once you become a journeyman, and it's kind of nice right now as a journeyman because the wages have increased, but from like 2008 to like 2016, 17, the wages weren't as high as they are now. So, I mean, you either had to be in a really good company. I mean, I worked for a company where after the 2008 stock market thing happened, he started paying his journeyman like 13 bucks an hour, 15
Dang.
bucks an hour. So, yeah, he didn't really do that well. But, a lot of companies were doing that where they were really just lowballing their guys because it's like, hey, there's not a lot of work. Do you want to work? Do you not want to work? And I think a lot of companies were, still kind of on that lower end of paying their guys, and you have to negotiate it. So sometimes, you're not getting paid as much as you should. Sometimes you're just the job market's just not there and you are laid off, you're looking for work. I remember when I first got into the trade, I walked down this one street in Huntington Beach that has like a bunch of electric companies and just an industrial place in Huntington Beach. And or it's like this business district in Huntington Beach. And I'm walking on the street with my stack of resumes and I'm going in and talking to every company and they're all telling me the same thing. This was back in 2010, 2011, something like that. And they were saying, hey, we're not hiring. We're just letting guys go. We just let guys go. We're not hiring. We're like every single company. And I think, that is not the case right now in the trade. It's doing, we're doing really good. But the reality is, uh, sometimes you might be out of a job, things happen, the
Yeah.
money's not coming in, and you have to think like, well, I need to make some extra money because screw this, I'm going to go off on my own. But, guess what? The contracting license and it ain't free. These licenses aren't just popping up on trees somewhere. You just pick one. you know, Same
Yeah.
thing. I had to say, man, it was expensive, dude. I took a course. It was like 600 bucks. The uh the license is like what, like 480 bucks or something just to take it, not even the fee after. And then you have to go and pay a fee of, 200 to 350 bucks after you take it. Then you have to get your bonding, which, 200 plus dollars just to get that. And it's expensive. And I think, that's cool you shared that because a lot of people don't realize how expensive this could be. And, you got to hustle to make those dreams happen, right?
Yeah. No, the whole process, it's pretty expensive. It's pretty expensive because I think it cost me about 2,500.
For
Just
the
the whole
course or
process,
just
yeah. Not everything.
or so the course you took, they sent the money to the CSLB for you and all that.
Yeah.
That was a part of the 2,500.
Yeah. No, but it was
Awesome.
everything, like classes, including the license fee, the bond and everything. Because
What school did you go to? What was it?
it
Do you
was
remember the name?
the CSLBD or something like that.
Send me the info and I'll put it in the show notes in case somebody else wants to go. And unless you don't want to promote them, you don't like them, then that's fine too. But whenever you get it, just send it to me. I'll put it up there because I
No,
got a lot
yeah,
of
I'll
guys
send you
trying
the
to get
info
there.
there. It was pretty good. That guy that was actually teaching the business, he was pretty good.
Okay,
because
cool.
because when you go, they don't really teach you the electrical side of it because you're supposed to,
Serious?
yeah. Well,
Twenty-five
they
hundred
don't,
dollars and they ain't teaching the electrical side? I'm gonna talk to
yeah.
these guys.
They
I
just
paid six
gave
hundred. They taught me both.
they give you the like this packet and everything. The folder that has every single thing that you're gonna need, pretty
Yeah,
much. But they only teach you the business side of it, and they don't really get too into it. They just teach you like
how to
above the
pass.
water, you know.
Yeah,
Just they don't really. It's just. But that guy, he helped us out a lot. It was
that's
pretty
cool.
cool. He actually knew his stuff. Because the thing is, he used to work. The guy that was there, he used to work for the board of it, for the state board. So
Okay.
he knew how they worked. So
Oh,
it was
nice.
pretty cool because he knew how they worked, and it, it was an experience because the business side of it, it's the what you really have to pay attention. The
Yeah, because
electrical
that's the
is
side
not
we
so
don't know.
much. Yeah, the electrical you don't really need to. I mean, it's not the electrical you should already know it. So it's not stuff that you never done before. It's not something you never done before, but as once you come into the business, that's where you really have to pay attention to
Yeah, that's
because
definitely not common sense right there, dude.
yeah, the once you come into that side, now I get why in any other company, they will tell you like, hey, make sure you use all the material, or
Oh
make
yeah,
that what there are people that would get mad like, hey, why is this connector missing a lockdown? Why is
yeah,
this coupling missing a screw? That's why is it missing something, a part of it? But
yeah,
because if you start adding all those up, it's money it's pretty much wasted because you can no
yeah,
longer use a certain material.
yeah,
So now when you into but on your own, it's like you have to pay attention to that
yeah,
because you could have $100, $200 in your truck that is worth nothing because you
yeah,
can't use it, and if you can't use it, it's just trash. So that
yeah.
literally means that you're throwing money out the like just like that.
Oh yeah.
And we would used to get mad because like it's material. You can order more, You can order
It's not
more.
my money.
It's not my money. Like
Yeah,
so that's what for them it was like because at the end of the day, the foreman has his job. And his job is to make sure like he has a budget and he has to make sure he stays under budget. That he doesn't I mean a lot of people a lot of companies as long as they don't go in the negative,
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah,
But like the foreman's job is to make sure the company is actually profitable.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the thing is, I think you know what the biggest mistake of big companies is they don't teach their foremans how to be a businessman or how to deal with the business side of it
yeah,
because it's if they because there's certain things that there's certain information that they don't give you.
yeah,
Like they don't give you the amount of money that they're spending, or they don't give you the time to learn. Okay, you know what? We have to stay under a certain amount of money. If we don't, then we're not making money. You know?
yeah,
So it's the trade. It's pretty difficult. Being in this trade, it's pretty difficult
yeah,
because it just everybody's out there. Not everybody. Like there's people that just out to get you.
yeah,
Get your job. Me myself, when I was in the trade, when I started, every time every time I went to a different company, I was looking for the best guy out there
yeah,
because I wanted to show that I was good. You know,
yeah.
so if that guy was faster than me, I made sure I learned and I made sure I was faster than that guy.
Heck yeah,
Because I learned that if you add value to yourself, it's there's no reason why they're gonna fire you. You know,
yeah,
I mean the only reason they're gonna let you go is because it's slowed down.
yeah,
That's plain and simple. One, because you're making a lot of money. You're your wage is pretty high, so they can't. It's easier for them to let you go and then keep two guys that could make your wage pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's easier. It's a no-brainer, but it's it's been a it's been a long road. I actually backtracked. I actually backtracked because I started my company I think in 2021, 2022. And that's when I started, and then I was good. I was doing good for a year. I had had a couple contracts. My first contract actually, I mean, I wouldn't say that I lost money, but I didn't make money. You know,
Yeah. Kind of broke even.
I kind of broke even, but it was actually the one that kept me like, I was just being consistent, you know,
Yeah.
and then after that, it was just it's all in this field. I mean, I think in any business, it's all about relationships,
Mm.
just making connections. I was just going out there. If I see any job that's going up, I mean, not big jobs because they don't really let you in, you know,
Yeah.
like companies that are like established already. They just want they don't really let you in until you have a record, pretty
Yeah.
much of good standing, pretty much. But it's any private job, any house that was remodeled, I would just stop and give him my business card, give him my
Nice.
hey. Even if I knew they already had a electrician, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna have more work later down the line, so I would just stop in. And I got to in the first year we did. I think we did pretty good.
Nice.
We did a pretty good, solid number. Um, And then my second year, which was last year, I actually went to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
A thing that I actually, because it started more of a like discussion, like we wanted to establish like some type of partnership,
Yeah.
but and it was all like going good. But then I never got anything in writing. You
Oh,
know,
first
I
mistake,
never.
huh?
That's the first mistake. Like
Nah,
that's the
lessons learned.
first. Yeah, that's the first mistake on and I was pushing for it, but they would never give me anything solid.
Yeah.
They would never give me any, I was making good money. I was there, like when I went there, I was I was supposed to be the project manager for that company.
Yeah.
That's what they sold it for.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be the project manager that tell me like all this good stuff. That's pretty much, but and I was getting paid good. But I think that at that time it was when I started getting slow, I slowed down. So because that's the thing in this in the like once you're a contractor is like if you don't have anything lined up for the next month,
Yeah.
it's you don't know how long it's gonna take you to get another job.
Yeah.
It could take you a month, it could take you 2 months. You never know, you know,
Yeah.
or it could take you a week. But that's the thing, like when you're just on your own, it's you literally have to work, do the work, and then find more work.
Two
And then
jobs. You got two
yeah,
jobs now.
yeah, do the work and then find more work. So it's tough, it's not easy.
That's cool though, man, because you're in your second year right now, right? Or third
Third,
year? Third
yeah, I'm
year
chilling.
right now. So you're still in that learning phase, man. You're still in that learning phase of putting stuff together, and it sounds like you're doing pretty good. You're learning some good lessons, and you're still afloat, so that's good.
Yeah, no, yeah, because actually at the beginning of the year, I told and I was telling my wife, it's at that company it was good money. No, I actually quit. Because I told him straight out, what, like if because we were trying because if once you have your license, there's companies out there that want to make you their certifier or the qualifier,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and that's just because That's how big companies, like certain companies, do it, where they want to go and they're a national company, so they
Yeah.
don't want to deal with, or I need to go and to that state. I want to go to so and so state. No,
Yeah.
and but they don't want to go deal with the whole licensing stuff. So what
Yeah.
they do is just they have their license, their business already. It's a corporation, which means you could use it anywhere,
Yeah.
but they don't have the license to work in that state. So what they do is they just go and get somebody like their RMO there,
Yeah.
and they pay that certain company to be their qualifier, so they could
Yeah.
do business through them. So that's what was happening to me to with me. I was being their qualifier, but they never gave me anything solid. So I was in, and they had the green light. They were using my license.
Yeah.
They were giving me some money, but I wasn't. I was aiming more towards the long run. But I think that was my mistake. You know,
Yeah.
I chose security over hustle, over
Yeah.
trusting the process.
Mm.
Trusting the process that, and I had pretty good jobs lined up already.
Mm.
That transition actually cost me money,
Yeah.
because it cost me money and it cost me relationships. That's the
Yeah.
one thing that you really want to keep, like, hold on to. You can lose money, it's okay, like, because not every job is going to make you money,
Yeah.
but as long as you don't lose money, like, you're not in the negative and putting money out of your pocket, that's okay,
Yeah.
but there was some there was a story, like, there was this we were doing a job, and we needed to, I think we were doing a whole remodel house and everything. It was good money. And somebody was like, I had two guys with me, and one of them was like, well, aren't you gonna charge them? Like, are you gonna pay me extra for that? No, to
Yeah.
do that certain task. I'm like, why am I gonna pay you extra? That's part of your
This
that's
was one
part
of
of
your
your job,
workers?
Yeah. No, yeah, so I told him that's part of the job. But
Yeah.
he was like, well, aren't you gonna charge him? Like, I was like, to me and to myself, I'm like, why am I gonna charge him $200 when I'm getting another contract for $10,000?
Yeah.
Why am I gonna go, like, what, like, it makes no sense for me to just charge $200 when the next job is gonna be $10,000, $15,000 drop.
Yeah.
Doesn't
No,
make
yeah.
sense. So you gotta be willing to lose that $200, or sometimes it's even more. You
Yeah.
know, it's just more of a establishing the relationship. A lot of people are like, you can't do that. Like, you have to make money. Yes, you
Yeah.
gotta make money, but at the end of the day, that relationship, that relationship is gonna make you more money, a lot more money.
Yeah.
So when I did that transition to go back to the to the world, to the company world, I actually lost money because that job, I actually ended up losing that job because I wasn't giving it 100%.
Yeah.
I wasn't on site because I was doing that transition, and the other company, wanted me to be 20, like, doing my 8 hours there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't be over here. And it was the first, and during that transition, it was tough because I was trying to be in two places at the same time.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep my company running and then still make that money,
Yeah.
still make but that's when I lost. The guy told me, can't be waiting on you. So
Dang, yep.
yeah, yeah. And it was gonna, if I would have stuck with it, it was because they were actually gonna do some some extra work. So he's like, that guy client wants so and so to do some other stuff, and I can't be waiting for you just like that. So I gotta go with somebody else.
Yeah.
But I still had money in it.
Yeah.
I still had money in it, so I wasn't gonna be like, then pay me what's left. because you know
Mm.
how that works. You're not gonna get that money.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because it's easier to let go of that money than trying to fight it. Because you already have a signed contract.
Mm.
You agree to complete. Like once you have a signed contract, yes, you're entitled to get all that money that's in the contract. But once you sign it, it's you in it or either you in it or you're not. If
Yeah.
you're not in it, then it's then you once your signature's in it, then it's all legal from there.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
it's your signature, you have his signature and your signature, it's all legal.
Yeah.
So why this makes no sense to try and fight for some money when you know that there's a possibility they could come back and get you for even more money.
Yeah, and you get to salvage that relationship a little bit, especially if they have to go and find somebody else to continue their project and that, they're going to need that money. So, yeah, it is hard. I think that it's very important learning that it's not just about money, but it's about the relationship.
Mhm.
Because, yeah, maybe you'll make a couple $100, charging them for some outlet or something. But maybe you're going to build a better relationship and make $10,000, $20,000 more on the next one because they're like, hey, this guy took care of me, right?
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, sounds like you have a lot of good learning experience.
Oh, yeah. I could tell you a few. And there was actually a funny story. I was doing, I was just doing service calls, uh, and I was supposed to add an outlet for a laundry, washer and dryer. I was going to add it, and those type of things, like you gotta do it fast. You can't
Yeah,
because you're only getting like probably like 400, $500 out of it,
yeah.
so you don't want to take the whole day. So me, I was trying to rush everything. So long story short, I actually went down the ceiling.
Oh, you
I
broke through the
yeah,
ceiling?
and the good thing, the good thing, it was in the closet,
Yeah.
so it wasn't
And
too
you're a
big.
drywaller too, so I know you have
Yeah,
drywall
so
experience.
yeah, so the good thing, I actually took care of it. I told her, you know what, it was my fault. I'll fix it. I'll repair it. I the at least just pay me what I spent on material.
Yeah,
Cause and she did. They just paid me what the way I spent on material, but they didn't pay me for the labor. But
yeah.
man, that guy, cause that guy was his husband, her husband's clothes was in there, and turned out he was like a doctor or some kind.
Oh.
But well, all that clothes was really expensive. Yeah, and she was like, oh, I had to send my husband's clothes to the dryers. It cost me a lot of money.
Oh
But I
man,
actually ended up doing more work for her.
that's
So
cool.
that's
Yeah,
the
help the
thing. It's
doctor out. He could pay you for more work.
nah, that's a pretty. It's a lot of experience out there. Then the hardest thing, I think now it's I try not to do any work for homeowners. Not that I
Yeah,
want to, but it's easier to deal with the contractor than dealing with the homeowner, because the
yeah,
homeowner is always gonna want to get the cheapest. The they're gonna want to get their work done for the cheapest price, you know,
yeah,
and that they just want they don't want to spend money. They don't want to pay money for somebody that's knowledgeable.
yeah,
And that's what's happening right now, Right now it's there's a lot of work out there, but that's the thing. The hardest thing for me, it's letting go of a job that it's not gonna make any money.
yeah.
Because a lot of times, like, there's still money, there's
Yeah.
still money in there. The
It's
thing
also
is,
time.
yeah, it's time, but it's just one thing I learned from that from the school and everything, the business, is that you don't bid just to win a job. You
Yeah,
know, you don't want to be the lowest bidder just because you need the work. You bid
yeah,
on the actual job. what the actual job is.
Yeah.
Right now, that's what's happening right now. A lot of people, there's a lot of people out there that and they have their license and everything, but they don't care. They don't care about it. They just see like, okay, this is how much money I was making at my company when I was working for this so and so company. Excuse me. And this is how much money as long as I make $400 a day, I'm good.
Yeah, they don't
But
understand yeah. You need to make a little more than that.
yeah, so what they're doing is they're driving the the electrical economy down. Like as far as like the electrical contracting it down, they're driving it down because there's actually people that want to actually establish something.
Yeah.
Myself, I actually want to establish something. I'm not out there just to make a $200.
Yeah. Call a
I actually
handyman if you want cheap labor, man.
yeah, so it's tough because of people that just want to make a day's worth of money.
You know what though, man? I'm learning there are people out there. I remember listening to the Electrician U guy. And he was talking about when he started off, like he just wanted every job, and he wanted to be the cheap guy that does a great job. And then over time, he's like, well, I'm getting an influx of work, and it's not really making me a ton of money. Like I'm getting too much work for what I'm getting paid, and I'm getting overworked. So he upped his prices because he was like hoping some people will stop calling him. He's like, and some people did stop calling him. Others kept calling him. And then when he felt like he was getting too much work, he would keep upping his price and upping his price and upping his price because he started off as the low guy until he got to like, I'm not coming out for less than like $250 to go look at something. Something like 250 bucks, can't remember what it was. And that, for a service call just to come out. And then he's saying there are people that would still call him out, even though he's more expensive than everybody else. And there are people out there that will pay if they have that experience with you, or a friend tells them like, "Hey, Alex, that's the guy you want to go with." They'll pay you more money, but there's an intimidation there, right? Because you're like, I gotta feed my family, I gotta put food on the table. But at the same time, if I charge them too much, I might not get any jobs. It's the fear of the unknown. I don't know what it's gonna be like. So yeah, that's
Yeah, and that's the hard part. Like because once you have it, it's like you already paid. Once you have your license, you already paid money.
yeah,
You already pay money for it, so might as well go all in. If you're not gonna go all in, then it's not worth it. You
oh
know,
yeah,
if if you if because right now, man, I started from scratch. The beginning of the year, I quit the company last the income that was coming in
yeah,
because I was getting paid weekly, and then monthly I was getting a certain amount of money for my license.
yeah,
So I think I was making good money.
yeah,
And then out of nowhere, I told my wife, like I can't be doing this. I can't be do I have either I told her, like I have to quit because I told them like either you give me something to sign on paper or I'll just quit.
yeah,
So they never gave me anything. So long story short, at the beginning of the year, I quit.
yep,
So I started from scratch because that relationship that I messed up, I couldn't go back to it.
yeah,
So I lost a whole year of growth of my company. A
yeah.
whole year. A whole year I lost that. And not only did I lose whole year, but I lost relationships. Because
Hmm.
I was already getting some relationship with contractors, with certain contractors. So and they were giving me I actually landed with some good contractor that were giving me like the contracts pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for people that are as you they don't want to look for the cheapest price. They just want somebody reliable.
Oh yeah, because if you
Somebody
pay the
that
cheap price, yeah, then the
uh,
guy doesn't do the job or bounces with your money.
yeah, yeah, they just they're looking people there's people out there willing to pay for for your principles.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times it's what you stand for.
Mm.
It's not so much of because the thing is they know, they know when somebody is not going to be uh trustworthy, honest. They see it,
Yeah.
they see that just the way you carry yourself, it matters,
Yeah.
the way you talk to them, it matters. So as long as once they see that I'm talking about contractors, not talking about homeowners,
Yeah.
but contractors, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody that they could trust, and they know that the even it's gonna cost them money, but as long as they could trust you to get the job done and you're doing good, they're gonna keep giving you more work. You
Yeah.
know, actually, big good money, good work. And the thing is, we talk big money, like 20,000, 60,000, 100,000. But and they already, okay, that's 100,000 job. He
Yeah.
just got $100,000 contract, but out of it, most of it goes towards labor and materials.
Yeah.
You'll be about 50% of it is for a big job like that, like a really good sized job. Say, um, it, say like a $30,000 job,
Yeah.
50% goes towards material and
Yeah.
labor. So you really have to plan it out where you have to get it done in a certain amount of time. If not, your profit is gonna go out the window.
Yeah. The other half is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you thought it was profit, it's gone.
Yeah. Got it.
So now
That's
that
great.
now it's back to the hustle, back to the grind, trying to establish new relationships. Just anywhere you see like a new house going up, just drop a card, drop a business card.
So is that the method you're using? You see some construction happening because there's a lot happening around home renovations, or you're just going up over there and dropping
Yeah,
your card, are you trying to talk to the contractor when you're there?
yeah,
If you see him working, like, hey, where's the contractor?
yeah.
And then you got to lie to the electrician when he's like, well, who do you work for? And you're like, oh, I'm a plumber.
Yeah, no, yeah. Usually when I see that it's already like dirty, halfway wired in, I don't really talk to them.
Yeah.
But if it's brand new, like I just stop. If there's nobody there, I'll just leave my business card on the gate.
Yeah.
On the chain gate, on those gates that they
Yeah.
put on the fences. I just leave it there. And I got in some some good relationship out of it. And I
That's really
see,
cool. That's a smart idea.
yeah, bro, it's hustling, You gotta hustle.
Go make that
If you
money.
don't, yeah, if you don't put in the work, then it's hard.
Oh, yeah. You
It's
ain't getting that
hard if
money.
you just wait and just waiting for the contract. You're never gonna do that. You're
Have
never
you
gonna
uh
get that.
have you done any work with real estate agents at all?
Actually, I do. I do
Yeah.
have two. I work for two,
Yeah.
so they keep you busy. They're always looking for the lowest price
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're trying to control their margin and how much they want to spend.
Yeah.
But there's some good. There's some good. It's good. Actually, it's really good. Um, they keep you busy, pretty much.
Yeah.
They keep you
But
busy.
yeah, because I was thinking of one of the things. I got a connection with some real estate agents I was gonna go do some jobs for. Once my C10 actually clears. Um, and what I was gonna do is just make vouchers to give to their the people they sell houses to.
Mm.
And because one thing I realized is, it is about relationship. And if somebody's buying a house and they're working with the real estate agent, they've already established that relationship. So if the real estate agent says, "Hey, I recommend this person," and hey, they're going to give you $100 off the work or $50 off, whatever the heck it is. Here's a voucher. Uh, there's a high chance they might call you. So I was
Yeah.
like, man, just starting off, I don't know anybody. I don't know any contractors. I'm gonna take your idea and go hang some business cards on fences, But I'm also gonna do some little. I know they don't want to pay a lot, but again, like you were saying earlier, sometimes it's not about that initial money, it's about what might come next. So for them, make a little bit of money doing some work for them, give them some vouchers. Hey, give these to the people that you sell houses to. Because if you buy a house, you're gonna want to renovate it. You're gonna want to, put some new lights up. And I think that little marketing idea would hopefully get a door in to make some money with some homeowners. But I know you don't want to work with homeowners anymore, falling through ceilings and stuff.
Actually, there's I think a lot of people say the service the service is where you make the actually money.
Yeah.
Because of that one thing we gotta know about the contract, it's that you either get paid 30, 60, or 90.
Mm.
That you either you get paid like at the beginning of the contract, you ask for a certain amount of money. Like
Yeah.
technically you can't ask for more than $1,000. But a lot of people do, a lot of people ask for more than that. What are you gonna do with that $1,000 nowadays?
Yeah. So
I
you want
tell
this
them,
thing to go faster.
I told them straight out, like what am I gonna do with $1,000? You can't do
Yeah.
nothing. So you won't see any more money until 2, 3 weeks from then.
Yeah.
So it's the initial the initial payment, and then there's a progress payment.
Yeah.
So one, like say like you're doing a whole remodel, a rewire house, you're rewiring it, your initial payment, and then once you're halfway or completed with your uh roughing,
Yeah.
then that's when you get your another part.
Mm.
So you could get in 2 weeks, you could get like 15K in two
Yeah.
weeks. But then you got to remember, if you have employees, that you have 2 weeks worth of
They ain't waiting 2 weeks.
yeah, they ain't waiting 2 weeks. So either you have enough money to pay them weekly
Yeah.
or bi-weekly. I think setting up once I start getting back with those uh contracts in line, I think I'm gonna start paying bi-weekly,
Just to start
because
off.
it's not just to start off, it's just a lot of once you start dealing with contractors, the way they do their payroll and
Yeah.
everything, it takes about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So even though like say you submit a check today, you won't see it until 2 weeks from now,
Mm.
because they have to submit it, go through it, all kinds of people.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we gotta keep in mind. The uh pretty much it's either as far as contracting goes, it's either 30, 60, or 90. Like
Yeah.
the big companies, they don't pay you in 90. That's why if you want to go in like in really big projects, like you have to, first of all, you have to have the money to back it up.
Yeah.
Like you have to have at least $1 million in your bank account to actually
Yeah.
like get to a project where it's like maybe 500 apartments, 500 units.
Yeah.
Because then you're not gonna get your money in 90 days. You're
Yeah.
gonna they might take longer than that, but like, nobody's gonna be waiting for it before your employees ain't gonna be waiting.
Wait 90 days. Yeah.
As for instance, in a service call, you finish, you get paid. You
Yeah.
finish
That's,
paid. That's
yeah. Can't
that's
argue with that.
so that's a good thing about service calls. That once you're done, you get paid. But that's a it's a it now it's harder to get those because it just people just want to make their day.
Yeah.
So you don't really charge what it is. They just charge just to make their day. Even if they make $200, they just they're cheap. It's
Yeah. You have to, I feel like it's a lot of, you have to build on that, man. You have to build those relationships, that credibility, get that phone ringing. People actually call. You have to, it's a full-time job trying to get that service company to be profitable, which it could be profitable. I know there's a lot of profitable people, but it ain't just doing it here and there, service calls. Like you actually have to work towards getting that phone ringing, making those sales, getting your guys working to make it profitable.
yeah, yeah, man. It's like myself, I think first of all, like we both believe in God, right? So we think we could have that open conversation about it. But
Yeah.
I think if it wasn't for God, I, I don't know how things would end right now, how things
Yeah.
would be right now because it's tough. I'm right now at the moment, it's just me working. So it's been some tough months,
Yeah.
because just getting back to establishing something. But God has been good to us.
That's good. That's awesome.
It's just it's not like I'm not saying it's not I'm not grateful because it's just enough. It's
Yeah.
not like,
Just
oh
getting
my
you
God,
by.
it's there's money everywhere. No, but it's enough to go to the next month.
It's
So
good.
it's pretty good. God has been good to us. That's one thing. It's just being consistent, being consistent, being being able. Because the thing is, if you have two jobs, then you're only gonna be able to take care of one. You know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to either you give 100% to one or to the other. You can't split yourself. I was trying to do that for I tried doing it for 3 4 months. I was stressed. I was stressful.
Yeah.
But then you also have to find a balance.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find that balance because when
Yeah.
I get home, like when I did say I did my 8 hours shift, I get home and I still need to do more work,
Oh yeah.
so
Oh yeah. Got the
never
wife and
ending.
kids.
Not even, but that's the thing. That's one thing I'm trying to learn where um I'm trying to learn the balance of it,
Yeah.
because once I get home, there's still need stuff that I need to do for my work.
All
Because
for
say
your
you finish
business. Yeah.
for my business, because say I need to do a proposal,
Yeah.
I have to take that time away from my family, for my
Yeah.
daughters. And right now, bro, like I'm I'm actually now it's like it's more exciting to come home. Honestly,
Yeah.
that because my kids, my girls, man, they're tough, but I just see them like you'll know. So you'll know, hopefully sooner than
One day.
later. But man, when you get home and you see your daughters just waiting for you, it's a good feeling.
That's
But
awesome.
then again, it's tough and stressful because knowing that you don't want to fail them, like you don't want.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
knowing that if you're not making money, then they're not like you're restricting them from something, you know.
Yeah.
So
It is hard.
you're restricting them from. Before it was just me and my wife. It was just me, my wife, and she was working, I was working. So it was there was a little bit of balance because if I didn't have a job like lined up for a week or two, then it was fine because she would cover it.
Yeah.
But now it's harder because we have two girls now, and even though she wants to work, because my wife, she's pretty independent.
Yeah.
She told me like, you're like, she told me straight out, I don't like being home. I don't want to be
Yeah.
home. So she likes working. When I met her, she had 3 jobs. I was like,
Man,
dang,
my wife has 3 jobs. I'm staying home. Boy, you should have been making baby food. What you doing getting a contractor license, dude?
I
I'd have been
know.
at home with those 2 girls making baby food, making my YouTube videos, my tutorials on how to make organic baby food. What's wrong with you? Tell her when we get back to work. No, I was playing.
No, 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 yeah. When I met her, she had 3 jobs. I'm like, dang, she was hustling. And then when we got married, that's when things changed. You
Yeah.
know. But right now, I think we're doing good. It's a good feeling. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not, because when you still got bills to pay, you
Yeah.
don't have anything lined up.
Yeah.
There's no money coming in, but there's money that needs to go out. He has to go out,
Yep.
because that's just the world we live in.
Yeah.
There's always a dependency on money, even though you're trying not to depend on money, but there's money is required for you to live.
Yeah.
That's one thing we don't understand. I mean, a lot of people don't understand. I understand it. Money is necessary.
Yeah.
Even the Bible says the money is necessary. You
Yep.
know, a lot of people tend to think that money is bad. You know, the money is they say the love for money.
Yeah.
Is the root of all evil. But the thing is, money is necessary.
It
That's how
is.
you that's how you live in a house. You
Yeah.
need it. You need it. And if you don't have it, then you're gonna deprive yourself or of having a house, having a car, you know,
Yeah.
of eating a good meal.
Yeah.
But it just money is just transactions.
Mm.
Now being like I came to understanding that I can't hold money back.
Yeah.
I can't hold it back. Even though I need to make certain ends meet, I
Yeah.
can't hold it back because now nobody's uh giving me the material to do a job. I have
Yeah.
to pay for the material.
Yep.
So if I don't pay for the material to do the job, then how am I gonna get the job done? How am I gonna get paid for the job?
Yeah.
Also, that's where I now I'm starting to realize I have to let go of money so more money comes in.
Can't just hold it back, man. You gotta
Yeah,
utilize it. It's a tool and you have
yeah,
to use it properly. If you don't want to get your tools dirty, man, you ain't gonna get the job done. You
yeah.
got money's just another tool.
I,
But dude, that's awesome, man. I do have one final question for you before we get off because we have been on here for quite a bit. Your kid's about to wake up and be like, Daddy.
oh, they're being awake,
Oh,
but
have they?
yeah, yeah.
They're just your wife's holding them at bay right now so you can do this. They're trying to break through her defenses. All right, so final question. So let's say you're at the park one day, you're flying kites with your little daughters. You guys are having a good time, beautiful day, not a cloud in sight. And then you see another kite, and this kite has like something tiny tied to it, and you're looking at it, and you see the light glimmering off, and you realize like, well, there's a key tied to that other kite, and you're kind of tripping out on it, and it's floating really close to your daughter's kite, the one that you guys are flying. And then out of nowhere, all these clouds, all these storm clouds just rush into the sky. Beautiful day gone. Thunderstorm just starts happening. And you see this lightning just start to strike and it's about to hit where your guys' kites are. But your kite and this other kite, they get tangled up and they fall to the ground. Lightning misses it. And you're tripping out. You're like, what the heck is going on here? What weirdo is flying this kite with a key on it? You look over and it's Benjamin Franklin and he's pissed. You just ruined his kite experiment. And he's rolling his sleeves up. He's looking to pick a fight, and his eyes are set on you. Who's going to win in a one-on-one bare knuckle fight between you and Benjamin Franklin?
That, that is a pretty
Let it set in. I know that's a lot. I had to paint the picture for you. Who's going to win?
me.
I love that answer. Me, of course. Like, what
No,
the
I
heck?
have to.
Yeah,
It's because that's the thing. Like I have my kid. He has
yeah.
nobody.
All he has is his kite.
All he has is his kite. I have my kid. There's a lightning strikes going down. So I ain't waiting for nobody. I'm
That's
taking
right.
my kid. But that's the dumbest thing to do in that type of situation is to move.
Oh, with lightning?
Yeah.
Oh, don't give us a lightning lesson, bro. We just wanted to know if you're gonna beat
Hey, we're
Benjamin Franklin up
electricians.
or
You're
not,
supposed
right?
to know this.
Yeah, I know, but this is the end of the interview. All we care
Yeah,
about
but
is fighting.
I don't care. I don't care about old Ben Franklin.
Knock him out.
The the only reason I care if he's on his face is on a bill. That's
That's right. Yeah, I only like you on a dollar bill, buddy. That's funny. Well, hey, dude, thank you for that answer. That was probably one of the best answers we had so far. Um, dude, thank you for this interview. It's been good, man. I think you've shed light on a lot of things that people getting into contracting is going to need to know, going to help them out along the way because it is a tough road, man. You are paving your own road. You are building something that doesn't exist right now from the ground up. And dude, thank you, dude, because I said this before the podcast, but I want to say it now. You inspired me to get my C10 license when I heard you did it, and I was like, man, I've been thinking about it for a long time. My boy got it. I'm gonna go. It was within a week of hearing that you got your license that I was like, screw it, I'm signing up for a class. I just went online, looked it up, signed up. So thank you, dude, for adding that benefit to my life. I just wish you the best success with your family, with your business, with everything, dude. So thank you for being on this podcast, man. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, no worries, man. Appreciate the invite. Hopefully, you get to invite me again. Hopefully, it was a
Maybe,
good
maybe.
conversation.
Yeah. Can I come back?
No, once you have a million views, then we'll talk.
Then we'll talk. Yeah, okay. This one's for
No,
free. I got
no,
it.
but what you're doing is pretty good. I seen there's a few out there, that, but they just talk about the good times.
Yeah.
Hard
Not
when,
as good as the Young Electrician podcast.
yeah,
Are you saying this is the number one podcast for electrical in your opinion? Is that what you're saying?
I plead the fifth.
We're
I
gonna
plead
take
the
that as a
fifth,
yes.
but yeah, man, I just keep going. Just one thing though, stay in Long Beach, okay? Orange County, like anything from Long Beach this way, it's
Oh,
it's
stay out of your territory?
yeah, it's my no, I'm just playing, man. Nah, man,
Awesome.
maybe we could start something, there's
Heck yeah.
always a sun comes out for everybody.
Gotta help each other out, man.
A lot of times, maybe they don't like my bid, but I'm just maybe just take it off like it just if you work as a lot if you work together, it's a lot easier. You
It
know?
is, man.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot easier than if if I have contacts, I'll shoot them to you, you know? It's
Yeah.
not it's not hard. It's easier that way, you know. There's no this race is it's a marathon, you know?
Yeah.
We're doing it's for the long run. You're trying to establish something, but not everybody's out there to wish you the best.
Oh,
You know,
I know that, man.
not
I know
everybody,
that.
man. But I wish you the best, man. Hope you get it soon. That way you can
Thank you.
start getting headaches.
Over here in Long Beach, yeah.
Yeah, over there
Join
in
the
Long
club.
Beach.
All right, broski. Well, I'll let you go, man. Enjoy your family, enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you again later.
Thank you. You
All
too.
right. Peace.